Hi everyone, Lolly here and welcome to my channel. This week I am participating in the Stamp and Sew collaboration hosted by Susan Hiles Art, and I will put the link to her channel down below as well. She does weekly craft and chit chat videos, and she is just a treat to sit and listen to her talk and stitch along with her. So we're doing a 2.5-inch square here. My fabric is kind of like a muslin fabric, and I'm going to stamp on it. And I was gifted this bunch of stamps just recently, which is such a great gift. So I'm just going through them, seeing what I can find. So the idea for this challenge is that, not challenge, collaboration, is that you stamp and stitch on your little square. And in the end, Susan said she's going to make a wall hanging, and you need to watch her videos because she makes these little wall hangings with her squares she makes during her craft and chit chat videos, and they're so pretty. She has them hanging on her wall there in her room. So, but anyway, so I found a quote. It says, "Own your dreams," and it barely fits. And I laughed at myself there because it's a square, and I turned it to think it was going to help fit any better. But I think I was trying to get the frayed edges on one side, but again. And so this is my embroidery cart that sits in the living room next to my big chair. And my little sign says no judgment here because it's a mess. But I pick up threads at the bins or thrift stores, and I just come home and I just pop them on top here. And when I'm doing a project, I just dig through it, and sometimes it's a mess. So, but anyway, it's a pretty good color. So you can hear I have Susan's video playing in the background because I want to see what she's creating, and it's really cute. But I'm looking for, I started out with a pink kind of rickrack, so I'm just looking for thread colors that would match that. And back to the craft room, because I normally stitch in the living room there in my big chair, but my camera and everything is set up in this room. So bear with me, I'm off the camera sometimes here because I'm just not used to standing here and stitching. So if you go over and check out Susan's channel, she has a lot of craft and stitch with me's, and she tells stories. And she retired a while back, and so she's gardening, and she does slow stitch videos, and I really enjoy those to craft along with her. So the little zombie guy, if you saw my video way back when, my grandson hid the zombie in my button box. And when I found it, I cracked up because he hides bugs and things like that around in my craft room or in my kitchen just to see if he can scare grandma. So I found that. And so I just leave the mummy in there, or little zombie in there, so he can be the button watcher and keeper. So I'm just looking for a tiny little pink buttons I could put on here to kind of embellish. I wanted to put flowers, but not really big enough. There's not enough space for all of that. So, and I have music going in the background, so I can't, leave this sound on. The sound of rustling buttons is always a good sound, so I wanted to leave that for a second, but didn't want to get my copyright strike. All right, so I'm stitching on the button here, and then we'll see what we're going to do next. So this fabric came out of the, if you've seen it before, the video I have where I washed a rag rug. And it's amazing the pieces of fabric that are in those rugs that they make them from. And I guess they're offcasts from clothing manufacturers. I don't know. But anyway, it has fabrics in little strips like this. And so it's really pretty. So you can't really tell, but it's a flower. And I wanted to put the button just there in the middle of the top of the flower. Now this little 2.5-inch square is a little hard to hold on to a little bit. So it frays a little bit more because I keep handling it, but we get through it. This thread is really old and it keeps breaking when I'm trying to thread. And as soon as I pull on it, it breaks. And so I managed to get enough of it threaded so that I could just make a little outline on my square. But it's a beautiful color, and I love to use it, but I have to be very gentle when I do use it because it one little pull and it comes undone. But it is a really pretty color. So again, I'm a little bit off camera here, and I apologize for that. I'm just trying to follow the grooves on the rickrack and just kind of accent the shape there a little bit. I have been embroidering since I was about 5. My mom taught me, and we used to sit and stitch together. So I'm not as good as you would think I would be since I've been stitching that long, but when I started to learn like slow stitch projects, which is different stitches, but not necessarily like an embroidery pattern, or I don't know, they seem to be a little bit different. Kind of freestyle. I do love to do that. And I have a couple of videos where I've done like I've traced my hand and I have free stitched on there across. That pumpkin that you saw earlier in my little cart was also free stitch. So I finished up here. I went to my chair where my embroidery stuff is, and I finished up here, and this is my little square. So this is my square for this week. We'll do it again next week on Monday. And you guys go check out Susan's channel. You will love to see all the projects that she does and see her cute little flower ones for this collaboration. Guys, thanks for joining me. I'll see you in the next video. And again, go check out Susan Hiles' art and join the collaboration. Bye.